Up the guys and some of the fish and the snails and what I'm planning to do in my tank over the next few hours, and Congo Tetras as well, and when I think about them with endlers because there's a huge controversy. And I believe not a huge controversy, but most people think Congo Tetras would eat endlers. And I mean, while that is true, there's also some other things that you've got to look out for with any fish in general. So, let's get into it. And I'm going to also feed my fish if I remember. And we'll talk about other other species that I have and why I like them. So, the controversy over endlers I find is the fact that they are known for eating smaller fish. So if you type in, will my Congo tetra eat an Endler guppy? The answer is yes, always on the internet. But they are opportunistic feeders. So while the internet is giving you the worst case scenario, Congo tetras will only go after your fish if they are not or if they're not fed correctly. So how I'm getting away with this. And this is with plain endlers. I don't know. I think my endlers took out basically two of my hybrids. Which, could be something as well. Like they're slower, they're more skinnier because they're guppies, etc. I had no idea. But for some reason they are leaving my full strain antlers alone for now. And I just thought, why not make a video? So basically, if you're choosing to get endlers and Congo Tetras, you are able to get away with it. You're going to have to put a lot of work into it, but the payoff is going to be amazing. Endlers are so pretty, and they can also add a mix of color to the top of your aquarium. Now, they will be skittish. They do need a place to hide. They do okay if the Congo Tetras are distracted, but if they um are hungry, they may go after your fry. They pretty much attack from the below. So if you have an Endler that has more shininess on the bottom of him, or any bright coloration that may be a target for them, I have mine in with L. I just said it, L. I just had the name of it, L something. El Silverado Endler. So I have a rare strain of Endler in with my Congo Tetras, and they are not going after it. It is a silver Endler, basically, from what the name says. And what is that thing? That thing is a decoration for my fish. That's what you're looking at. Um, and the snail on top of there. So let me adjust this. There we go. Um, it's not a bad thing. Like, obviously, go to pet store. I've went to this pet store so many times, and I'm trying to figure out because obviously fish live with smaller fish in the wild. Do they always attack them? Why don't they attack them? Why is there a certain amount of bait fish in a area? Well, because the fact is there's enough bait fish in that area for them to A, reproduce, B, there's enough to fill the fish, like a largemouth bass, crappie, bluegill. There's enough bait fish to fill all those fish's stomachs, and also have time for the bluegill to hide, or for the bait fish to hide, and then for the bait fish to reproduce, as well as the bass to reproduce to keep the bait fish in a lower number. Yes. Is that an aquarium? Yes, it is an aquarium. I just leave my camera here because it's easier for me to talk, and it doesn't scare the fish too much. That's one of my big things. I don't like to move the camera around. Can you move it so we can see the fish? Yes, I can try to adjust it. So yeah, there we go. So I was always thinking of adding in like an emerald like that, but as you can see, where is he? Yep, like that. There we go. There's the Silverado, El Silverado antlers. Now, there's one of them, and as you can see, he's really tiny. There's fish swimming around him, but anytime anything goes near him, he will hide in that grass patch over there. That is one thing. Thank you. Um, yeah, I mean, that is one thing that you would per se need with these guys because of the fact that they are a prey item in the wild. So you don't want to per se, sorry about that. You don't want to per se leave your tank to, have mollies and just get antlers because, they look pretty. You want to make sure your antlers have a place to hide as long as your Congo Tetras cannot like dive bomb them always from the bottom, they're going to be okay. I doubt that, even though, antlers are pretty small, I doubt Congo Tetras target antlers. I just think it's easier for the pester to say, yeah, no, they're not compatible. Um, like then, oh, well, maybe not, like that's usually the case with smaller fish. Obviously they're not good with catfish, but they mainly stay in the top. So like as long as you constantly now I feed these guys, okay, for 1 day and then I lost a guppy. I'm not saying that endlers are more prone to being eaten or prone to this, prone to that. I'm just saying that the more normal a fish is, the better it's going to be with your fish. So if you have an endler like that smaller fish right there next to that goldfish, if you have that fish in your tank, you want to stick with the main strain of endler. So like the main line of endler, you do not want to go hybrid. Reason being is that guppies, they normally breed antlers with guppies, and guppies have longer fins. So then Congo tetras are nippy. They will, it's more, it's not, hey, what's going on? Haley. It's not that it's bad for them to be in with guppies, in any stretch of the imagination. It's just more safer for them to be in with antlers because of the fact that guppies are bred with antlers, and the guppy strain is the fancy guppy strain is prone to have longer fins. So if you breed a cobra guppy and the female antler, well, that can make an antler guppy, a cobra antler guppy, but the fins will be substantially longer, which will target which will make your Congo tetras go after them more because of the size of the fin. Sorry, my camera's a little shaky. Let me go out a little bit. Um, yeah, and it's pretty cool, honestly, to own two antlers and to have antlers in here. I would realistically, if I were to breed antlers, I would probably keep this the same. I mean, there's aggression, but the Congo Tetras pretty much stay with the Congo Tetras. The Mollies stay with the Mollies. The only cross is per se of the guppies and the mollies, and possibly if some females, like if the females get aggressive, like the female mollies. Um, but I mean, I wouldn't. I would try it, but on your own, honestly, and see what you think, because there's a lot of aggressive fish in this hobby, and they don't always get along with each other. So when you breed like endlers, or when you have babies, or when you have this, or when you have that, they're not always going to get along with each other. So I would definitely try it at your own risk first, rather than believing anyone, because like it's only up to the fish. The fish is stupid if your tank is not set up correctly. Yeah, your endlers are going to get eaten by your congos, but if they have a place to hide. Now I'm not saying they're gonna hide, but I'm saying like, okay, so to put this into perspective, I had a hybrid guppy in here, and I believe that is a straight. That the other antler you see now is a not a hybrid, but like a, or maybe a hybrid, but not more antler bred. So like when it comes to breeding your antlers and stuff like that, um, you know, there's always a chance that your congos are gonna go want to go after your antlers. They're gonna want to eat your antlers. They're gonna see the top. I mean, like look at this fin. This fin is not flowing whatsoever compared to a guppy's fin, where it's like a wave. Like that fin is not tempting at all to a Congo Tetra, and you can see them swimming right above them, and then they don't do anything. That's strictly an opportunistic fish. That is not going to, that may or may not, depending on how you feed them, because they are opportunistic. They may or may not eat your fry, but I mean, eat your endlers. Do I recommend it? Yes, it does look pretty. I have a 30-gallon long aquarium. I I used to have three. I have two endlers in here, and they just love to swim around the tank. Nothing really bothers them. When fish do chase them, they know where to go. They hide in the weeds or hide in the nearest plant to them. I have one dominant male Molly and one subdominant male Molly in here, uh, that hide in the weeds as well, or the plants. And it's pretty cool to honestly have a wide variety of smaller fish in here to get into the cracks, to eat algae, to breed. I'm eventually probably going to put a female guppy in here at some point. Um, Possibly after these fry grow considerably. I'm not sure what they are, but um maybe when some fish die. I'm not sure exactly when I do plan to, but or if one of the, like the jumbos die. Of course, jumbos are cool, but they are also aggressive. I'm the only one here. That's fine. I don't care. I put these lives on my YouTube channel after I make them. So, but I mean, I don't care if you're here or not. Is what I'm trying to say. I mean, I love that you're here, but but that's all right. Hey, Hallie, what's up? Do you have any questions? Holly, sorry, I thought it was Haley. I sorry, Holly. Do you have any questions? I don't mind answering them for you. I just love Endlord guppies. I did raise some in the past, but they never successfully bred because my crayfish ate the mother. So I used to have in here, but I mean they are really cool to see, and they do. If they are hungry, they will follow your hand. Like I know a lot of people like in pet stores feed the fry and like feed the fish, and they're constantly following your hand because they want food. Obviously, these guys I need to feed too, because the Congos are a little skinny, or at least she is a little skinny. Need to make them nice and plump. I also do have a swordtail in here that's been having babies. That's a good strain of swordtail as well. I used to have a frog named Fatso and a um I think I had one more goldfish. I've had in the past, but I don't really name my fish because occasionally they'll get eaten by the mothers, or they'll get die easily, or they'll live a certain amount of time. A lot of times with fish genetics, it comes down to how long they live, how strong the strain is. Is it set in the specific strain? What life expectancy does the individual fish had have? I've had cobra guppies where they live 1 to 2 weeks. I've had cobra guppies live 1 to 2 months. I've had cobra guppies live shorter than that. So there's just so much a variety of genetics and stuff. Yep. I have a jumbo molly that is really cool. She's okay. She's just the way she swims. There's some sort of deformity with her, I think, but the male is still interested in her, and she doesn't care. So hopefully, get some fry or babies pretty soon with that. And I was lucky enough to get a koi swordtail, which is right here in the back. I was lucky enough to get one of these, and ended up giving birth to possibly some either some koi fry or some mollies. But there's one up there. There's one right there. This one right there. So there's a whole bunch of babies. About like six. Yeah. And I've been editing my tank for probably the last month or so, adding females, calming down the mollies, and they're occasionally aggressive, but they're once they get full grown, I might have to add another filter on here or a bubbler because the tank is going to be 30 fish overstocked per se because of the amount the size that they are. But genetically, you're not going to know what the size is for any of these fish. It could be 6 to 8 inch. I've had female mollies be like at least 9 inches, 8 inches. I've had one that big. This girl, this out, I'm gonna try to see how big this male is, but that female is definitely pushing at least 5 or 7. And that is a strain line. I'm gonna go. Bye. Bye. Have a great night. And I'm not going to feed them right now, guys. But I will definitely feed them um tonight sometime. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next live.